Hello? Hey, Chaos, what's up? What's that? You got Lilithmon's foot stuck in your mouth and you needed the saucer lost for EX7 Cendrillmon? Yeah, man, totally. We've all been there. I'll, just do that for you, man. Welcome to Saucer Lost. I'm Pro Ninja, and I'll be filling in for Chaos Degrade, because of his, incident. The Digimon Liberator webcomic is now in full swing, and with that comes cross-brand synergy. We've got a whole booster box worth of support to go alongside with starter decks and other support to relate to stuff in Digimon Liberator. You've probably heard a lot of good things about Zavagamon and how good that support's been with both the structure deck and the new EX7 support. And you're probably wondering, has Cendrillmon got the same level of quality? Well, Cendrillmon is a protagonist deck, and those tend to be pretty good. So let's take a look at that new support and see if the shoe fits for it. Up first, we have our Digi-Egg, a level 2 yellow Cendrillmon, which has the inheritive effect, your turn, all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 2k DP. You might look at this egg at first and assume it's really useful for the deck, allowing you to swing with your lower powered bodies, but the thing is, you'd rather play the structure deck Cendrillmon, as it does more to solve the deck's drawing issue. And if you really miss the effect, don't worry, there are plenty of other cards that have the same effect or even better. Loss. Bandai, please just give us a yellow draw one if I have a tamer in play egg. Up next, we have our level 3 mascot, Shumon, with the Your Turn effect. When this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with the puppet trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. With the inheritable, Your Turn, all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3k DP. Now, this is one shoe you've got to have in your sneaker collection. Allowing you to go into level 4, Puppet for the cost of 1 less, is insanely good, making it an easy 4 of. Also, it combos really well with the next card I'll be talking about. Straight up having the same inheritable as the egg but better further shows just how little you'll need the egg. So toss that thing in the trash, but this 100% a sauce. Alright, now it's time to buckle up, buckaroo! With our level 4 Shushumon. When Digivolving, if you have 1 or less tamers, you may play one Arisa Kinosaki from your hand without paying the cost. With the inheritable, your turn, all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 3k. Man, remember how hyped you were to see a Digimon that could play a tamer for free? Well, get those dinosaurs out of here! This set brings a new wave of level 4s that help bring out more tamers. Instead of doing nothing, if you already had a tamer out, you can now get 2 tamers, which solves a big issue for this style of card. The only downside is it does check the amount of tamers. So if you decide to splash in some tech cards or if you have other things out, you can't really get to have the full benefit. Overall, it is a decent card for the deck, and if you have this card as well as the Shumon underneath your stack, your opponent's security Digimon get minus 6k DP, which is pretty effective. Sauce. Now it's time to lock and load with our level 5 Digimon, Cendrillmon. Cendrillmon has the effect of Overclock Puppet Trait. At the end of your turn, by deleting one of your tokens or other Puppet Trait Digimon, this Digimon may attack a player without suspending, with the When Digivolving effect of you may play one level 3 Digimon with the Puppet Trait from your hand without paying the cost. With the inheritable, all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects, by deleting one of your tokens or other Puppet Trait Digimon, it doesn't leave. This is a very strong level 5 for the deck, providing additional swings with Overclock and free playing on level 3 on board, which you can either use for the Overclock ability or keep for the Cendrillmon's inheritable to allow you to keep your big stack around. Comboing with the inheritables of the Shumon and Shushumon, you can swing with the Digimon in security with little fear. This is everything you want for this deck. Also, compared to the Star deck Cendrillmon, that card is made for more removal and control, whereas this card feels more aggressive, and it's great for the deck as you can have multiple ways to deal with the game. Sauce. This card is hotter than the Molotov it's holding. Our final EX7 Digimon is... Mommy. I mean Cendrillmon. Who wrote this script? Cendrillmon is a level 6 Digimon that digivolves for a cost of 4 on level 5 Digimon, and has the Overclock Puppet Trait, as well as the Start of Main / when Digivolving effect of you may play one familiar token. That's a Digimon token with 3k DP, and it has the on deletion of give one of your opponent's Digimon minus 3k DP for the turn. It also has the one attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6k DP for the turn, and that is not a once per turn effect. Now this is a boss monster. Getting a free token on Digivolving, and unlike with Structure Deck Cendrillmon, tokens just keep on coming, as well as getting the DP minus when attacking, makes it really hard to block with stuff, and this can also just delete smaller bodies. But important to note is that Overclock allows you to attack twice per turn, and with the one attacking effect not being a once per turn effect, allows you to effectively give minus 12k with just the one attacking, and an additional minus 3 if you pop a familiar token using Overclock. The ability to give minus 15 while still being aggressive fits the Puppet Beatdown archetype really well. The only downside I can see with this card is the fact that it costs 4 over Structure Deck Cendrillmon, which costs 3. Honestly, you might even see this card played in yellow decks outside of its own archetype as sort of a pseudo Blitz Omni. I mean, if Numemon was still a thing, I could totally see people taking this in as a one of. But to quote the script here, EX7 Cendrillmon is definitely not sus, but rather sauce. And now on to our puppeteer herself, our 3-cost tamer, Arisa Kinosaki, which has the start of main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory, and all turns, if any of your tokens or puppet Digimon are deleted, by suspending this tamer, you may play one level 3 Digimon with the puppet trait from your hand without paying the cost. Pretty straightforward effect. It benefits having multiple copies on board, as it's able to consistently gain memory, and as we all know, the more memory, the better. It also combos really well with the starter deck Arisa, as if you have that card in play, and you suspend your EX7 Arisa to play a puppet, it then gives this card Rush. The only downside, however, is that there needs to be a level 3 puppet in hand in order to fully take advantage of the effect. I do wish it could grab something from trash, but let's be real, that would lead to some loops and some weird shenanigans, so let's not do that. So this card is without a doubt a sauce. Now on to our options, and we have Shumon's signature move, Wonder Stomp, a 2-cost option with the main effect, draw 1, then you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card with puppet trait from your hand without paying the cost. Security effect, activate this card's main effect. Straightforward effect here, simple draw 1 and being able to play level 3 out for cheap is always great, and again, this can combo with your structure deck Arisa, giving that same Digimon Rush, which could be really useful. Sauce! Also note, it's got the Liberator trait, which means it's searchable, baby! I guess that's everything for Cendrillmon. Oh no. There's one more card? Vortex Resonance is a 3-cost green, yellow, and purple option, but while you have a Digimon or Tamer with the Liberator trait, you may ignore this card's color requirements. Main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with the Liberator trait among them to your hand, return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then, when your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card from hand with the evolution cost reduced by 4. Security effect, you may play 1 card with the Liberator trait and a play cost of 4 or less from your hand to trash without paying the cost, then add this card to hand. So you probably saw this card and thought, whoa, Liberator gets to do all of that for 3 memory? This must be an easy 4 of. Well, if you saw what will be said on EX7 Cendrillmon, you'll know it's a bit more complicated. So right off the bat, the security effect is the best to play a structure deck Arisa or the EX7 Cendrillmon from either hand or trash, as they both cost 4, and then adding it to hand to make use of it. The main effect, however, is where it gets a bit more complex. You're basically rolling the dice to search the top 3 for the piece you're missing, or if you're being really greedy, adding another one of these to do it a second time. But if you don't have a follow-up card to Evo in, you just pay 3 memory to add a card to hand, and sure, I hope that was worth it, man. Now, that doesn't make this a bad card. It does solve EX7 Cendrillmon's biggest problem of being a 4 of Evo. There are much more effective cards to run, like the yellow trainings, or even just running Memory Boost instead. It doesn't hurt to have this as maybe a 1 or a 2 of. Still sauce though. But don't count on this card to save you in games, unless you really like gambling. You know, while we're at it, let's throw in those promos. There are 3 Digimon Liberator promos that are specifically to the Shumon line, and I'm just going to quickly go through all 3 of them. First off is Promo Shumon. The on-play is not bad, and can help you save a turn from cards like PyOdramon or Mirage Gagomon that do multiple checks in 1 turn, and the Inheritable also helps get rid of Floodgates, or it combos off other cards to stack up the DP minus to get rid of big bodies. Not a terrible card to run, assuming you have it, but if you don't, ooh, your wallet's gonna feel it. Can always substitute it with either Junkmon or White Pawn Chessmon from the starter decks. Sauce. Promo Shushumon. So as much as I want to say you don't need this card, given the price, again, oof, it's honestly really good for the deck. Giving something Sec -1 like Shumon, but also stopping it from attacking your Digimon can protect your stack from getting run over. On top of that, having Arisa gives it jamming, and well, let's be honest, you'll probably have an Arisa out. So you could swing, jam, go into EX7 Cendrillmon, and do some easy checks that way. Also, the same inheritable as Promo Shumon can be really helpful. Hard to deny, this card is soft. And lastly, we have Promo Arisa, which is, it's okay. The on-play is neat. but you better make sure you're running a Shumon to play it, as the memory gain from Evo is decent at first, but unless you're really fiending for memory, just splash in more EX7 Arisas. If you have some copies, sure, run it, but if you don't gotta break the bank on it. Lost. Overall, the new support for the deck solves a lot of the issues Cendrillmon had in the past, giving it more overclock targets out quicker and faster, allowing the deck to have more aggression, but the issue still stands. This deck is missing a few key pieces, like better level force to replace structure deck Shumon, or other removal tools like a cheaper Heaven's Judgment-esque card for the archetype, or even a lingering DP- that lasts until your opponent's turn as opposed to just being on your turn that can pop stuff like Magnamon X or structure deck of Pokemon. I want to take a second to mention that there are some tech cards that you can use to help make the deck a bit more consistent or even just a bit more aggressive. Stuff like Digimon Ace, which follows what the deck wants to do by spitting out bodies, and can suspend Cendrillmon for an alliance attack and then overclock. EX5 Cendrillmon, it's a puppet, you can force the Ace attack and then go into Digimon Ace, and for a level 7, run Shine Greymon Burst Ace, as you can help play out more tamers, pop bodies that Cendrillmon can't deal with, and next turn you can use those tamers to swing with big damage with multiple security attacks. I would say the deck is in a good place, but it just needs that extra special sauce to make it a true tier 1 contender. But only time will tell if this deck can break free from the chains and reach liberation. I'm going to have to give Shumon 3 out of 5 fake Jordans. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, as it does help us a lot and shows that you guys enjoy this type of content. Until next time, this has been Pro Ninja filling in for Chaos Degrade. See you guys next time.